Well, this is beyond fucked. Twice now we have someone erasing the goddamn timeline. Yeah, fucking with Irma's always odd. Hell of a thing. You start plucking shit straight out of history.
We've made it to Amenoma Smithy.
Ah, it's been a while.
Yeah, and ask you some questions, old man.
Of course. Go ahead.
Can you tell me that story one more time?
Oh. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting. Very well. I'll tell you what I know once more.
Roger.
The once renowned Raiden Gokaden, comprised of 5 branches. Amenoma, Futsu, Ishin, Hyakume, and Senju. The art of forging practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally by the almighty Shogun. Over time, the 5 branches diverged from one another as generations of bladesmiths honed and perfected their craft until they became 5 distinct traditions. Most of the great swordsmith clans of old have since fallen into decline, and for a long time, only the Amenoma branch kept its art alive. But fortunately, Kaedehara Kazuha recently returned to Inazuma and took up the mantle of the Ishin art. Now, 2 clans remain of the original Gokaden 5. If my memory serves me right, you yourself were present when he forged the Ishin blade.
Oh, yeah, we were. Paimon remembers that now. We learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokaden then, too. It seems like such a shame.
What caused their decline again?
That, my friends, is a tragic tale indeed. In fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. All these years, I knew of those great clans' demise, but never the cause. Only recently, when the question was on my mind, did I ask Kaedehara Kazuha about this. He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokaden, it was right that I should know the truth. There is no harm in telling you, but I must warn you. It is a dark and sorrowful tale. The Raiden Gokaden were the targets of a murderous rampage by a vengeful bladesmith.
Murderous
Vengeful?
rampage.
Why?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatarasuna's furnace. One brave swordsmith heard the commotion and chose not to flee, but he rushed to the scene, hoping to prevent a disaster. Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day, and overseeing it was the armory officer. His surname was Niwa, though he had family ties to the Kaedehara clan. Knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives, Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith leaped together into the furnace. The furnace quickly stabilized, but neither of them made it out. The smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow to his family's fortunes. His orphaned son was left to fend for himself, and grew up deeply resentful at the world. In his heart, the whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He hated the almighty Shogun for her apparent indifference towards his father's death, and he hated everyone who had done nothing to try and save him. Powerless and destitute, the only legacy he had to pass on to his children was his hatred. Generation after generation bore this grudge, living in utter misery. Alas, if only the story could have ended there. But 100 years ago, the then head of this family reached the end of his wits. He could bear their fate no longer, and yet he could do nothing to change it. Finally, he made a drastic decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokaden. In doing so, he sought to vent his pent-up anger and shake the very foundations of Inazuma's forging industry. In his fury, He murdered indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths from the Hyakume clan which he belonged to. His goal was absolute, the devastation of all of the Raiden Gokaden. But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them unawares. They fought back fiercely, and they did not spare his life. That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day. I suppose they were the lucky ones, under the dire circumstances.
That means, okay, we gotta go through Kazuha's lines now because they have to be completely changed.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Have you seen Kazuha? Because his clan should be gone.
Kazuha?
He should be like one of the last
Why,
remaining
yes.
members.
Just yesterday, in fact. We spoke for a while over some tea. He seemed well.
It's as bad as I thought. I mean,
My
well, what do you mean to
pleasure.
say as bad as you thought?
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to visit too, right? Your expression says it all. You can't hide anything from Paimon.
Well, you sure can hide your
On to the
backstory.
next stop. Lead the way, traveler. Paimon will be right behind you.
The Yashiro Commission. Bro, this dude single-handedly fucked up. Was it? Scaramouche fucked up all of Inazuma. All of it. So for him to like be out of the picture is completely different backstory.
This is the Yashiro Commission's headquarters, so...
Traveler, it's been a while.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
If you're looking for the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I'm afraid your timing is unfortunate. They're not here right now.
Are they out on business?
The Commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is standing in for some meetings in the Commissioner's place. If it's urgent, you're welcome to wait inside until they get back.
What do you think? Shall we go in?
Sure, bro. We'll wait.
If it were anyone else, I couldn't allow it. But seeing as you're so close with the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I think it should be okay.
Yeah,
We'll be heading in then. Thanks!
it's not like you could stop me anyways. Even if your sword art survived to this day now, when it used to be gone.
Hello, dears. Is there something you want to say?
Hey, old woman, I want to ask you some questions about the timeline that's been altered.
Of course, traveler. Yes, I know who you are. Miss Kamisato has told me about
It
you.
makes me wonder about the five Kage now, or whatever the fuck the five sages, whatever the fuck the damn story was. It's completely different now because the mysterious sage, Kitsukuni Gushibuju, or whatever the hell his damn name was, is completely out of the picture.
What would you
Which means
like
that
to
story is
know?
completely different.
Oh, they're both very well indeed. Lately, Miss Kamisato has been rather busy attending all kinds of meetings and occasionally paying visits to some local organizations on the Commissioner's behalf.
Which means we could ask everyone who's involved in the event, what was the conclusion again? What did we find? That the fifth Kage was what? Didn't exist?
As for the Commissioner himself, well, you know, busy as ever. That much hasn't changed. Although, he does seem to be in a rather good mood these days.
So pretty much business as usual in the Yashiro Commission, huh?
Very much so.
Well, got any
I probably
more
should be reading
questions?
those instead of just letting them go by. That's all for now.
You're very welcome. In fact, I would love nothing more than for you to come and visit more
Sorry,
often.
I'm saving nations
Miss
already.
Kamisato talks about you all the time. She seems so thrilled to have you as a friend, and she's always saying how talented you are and how much she admires you.
That again
I
line.
must say, Many things in Inazuma seem to have taken a turn for the better since you arrived here.
I'm flattered.
I mean it. Whenever the commissioner dines at home, Toma always joins him. I always find myself at my most relaxed when I'm serving the two of them and listening to them chat away.
I had
The
nothing to do with that.
commissioner has such a busy schedule that he doesn't always have the chance to take his meals at home. But given the opportunity, he always prefers to dine here.
Okay.
They say it's because Toma's a much better chef than
Yeah,
Lotte.
okay.
They get to talking about you sometimes too, you know. Always with a very fond tone. The way one would talk about dear old friends around whom one can truly be themselves. Miss Kamisato occasionally joins them as well. Whenever the whole... It's been many years now since the late Mr. and
I was saying,
Mrs.
leading up to something. I mean, I
Kamisato
understand she's an
passed
old
away.
lady, but damn, she's rambling on.
Much has happened in the Kamisato clan in that time.
I swear to God, if I could ask what
As
has happened.
someone who is old and gray enough to have watched their son and daughter grow up, it makes me so happy to see them meet a dependable friend whose company they enjoy so much.
Hey, bro, I might be the black surgeon
In the
myself.
future, if you ever do have the time, please know you are always very welcome at the Yashiro Commission headquarters. There will always be at least one old lady who would be delighted to have the pleasure of your company.
The Kamisato clan is dear to me, bro. Even though I never got the vote for Ayato. And I'm probably never gonna get Ayaka either.
Wonderful.
I do want to talk
Thank
about that.
you.
Paimon likes it here too. Also, you were saying something about the food here being really great. Paimon's itching to try it. We may just have to invite ourselves around for dinner sometime. Paimon meant we should come.
Yeah, I got
Of
it.
course. You're always welcome.
Ravenous Abyss Horde.
Alright, goodbye for now. Where are we going next?
Up to Suna.
Great! Goodbye, ma'am. Don't worry, we'll see ourselves out.
All right then. Take care now. Hope to see you soon.
I can't wait for
Oh,
us to.
Are you two leaving already?
Yeah, bro, Kamisato and I.
Yep, everything's taken care of now. Don't worry.
You said you need to see
Very
her.
well. Safe travels. Goodbye.
Going for Ayaka to be like, oh yeah, the traveler stopped by. He did, and he's gone. Bye. What else do we need to verify? We already know he fucked up history. We know how history works. Whatever the events that have already happened stay the same. Nothing changes except for
Take it easy.
the people. Xavier.
Well, here we are. But what are we looking for? Something or someone?
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that the Traveler and Paimon?
That's what Xavier sounds like.
Xavier? What are you doing here?
Xavier?
I was in the general area, and now I'm in this specific area. There, that's me. So what about you two?
We have some questions and thought you might be able to help.
That's how you say his name? Xavier? What? I mean, I understand it's not Xavier, but holy hell. I've been butchering that shit for like 7 updates.
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth. If there's anything you want to know, just ask away.
You know the history about this area, son?
Like the back of my hand. Make no mistake, I have been here a good many times before. Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatarasuna years ago. They said it's all true, the history here.
About the 400 years and all that. He's got a radio voice. What is this, Markiplier?
Oh, well, it's a long story, don't you know? The tale of Tatarasuna starts a long time ago. I'm told that its history is one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations in the nation, goes back around 1,000 years. Still, the furnace has had a couple of serious maintenance issues along the way.
Yeah, one we
A
saw
couple? When exactly?
400 years ago.
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first Fontaine tech guy to come and work on it either. There was a guy back then too.
Like I said, the last few years. Bro, there was one like... How long ago was the war, actually?
They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade. It seems like the technological collaboration between our two nations goes back a long way. How about that?
Considering how behind the technology Inazuma is, it's very weird.
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Xavier something about Tatara Suna?
Xavier, oh
Come
my
on, ask
god.
already.
I am. Shut up, Paimon.
Oh, I didn't realize you two were here for a history lesson.
Me neither. Paimon doesn't know what's gotten into this one today. Feels like we've been preparing for a history exam or something.
What brought this on? Did you just wake up today with a sudden burning desire for historical knowledge?
Yeah, knowledge no longer exists.
Sure, go ahead.
You heard of the Kabuki Mono?
A kabuki mono? No, I can't say that I have. I do know the word, Inazuman for those eccentric types who always go around dressed to the nines. Just the sort of person that I'd like to meet, actually. But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come across anything to do with a kabuki mono where Tatara Suna is concerned.
So there's no Kabuki Mono. The Bahadir really managed. Fuck you. So he must have wanted to change the world to revert everything back to the way it was. But so far, it looks like the majority of changes have only affected himself. Well, like, yeah, that's how it works. I don't think he intended to revert everything back to the way it was. That's just how it works.
Of course! Don't mention it.
What happens is set in stone.
leaving?
We've yet to see anyone
Okay, bye,
change
Xavier.
history.
Oh, you're most welcome. More than happy to help. Farewell.
So with Kusanali, basically everything that
Looks
happened
like you
is
got all the
just the lesser
information
lord
you're
now.
looking for.
Everything that happened with them is, I guess instead of he stealthily took them all out, and now it's a large scale, like a samurai who wanted revenge, who killed all of them publicly. So I guess he did change history.
Sure, but what's up with you today? Whatever it is, it seems like it's really troubling you. Keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. No
What?
matter what happens, Paimon will always be there for you.
That's great. That's not true. No, all right, yeah, all right. We know that's not true at all.
Come on, you gotta keep it together. Why don't you grab something to eat? You can't go facing life's challenges on an empty stomach. All right, let's head off and go eat Nahida.
Jesus.